In total, 34 different public and private organizations took part in this study. 36 different volunteers took part, either through committee or surveying or compiling data. And most importantly, dozens of families took part. Like Alice said, without the input of those dozens of families, not much of this would make sense. Just to name a few names, Alice did chair our steering committee. We also had Mary Burke from Over the Rhine Community Housing, Tony Steers from the Catholic Archdiocese, Jessica Wobbler, Madisonville Education and Assistance Center, Jackie Thomas, now with Project Connect at Cincinnati Public Schools, Amy Sober from Over the Rhine Community Housing, Peg Fox from the Metropolitan Area Religious Coalition of Cincinnati, and Reverend Susan Lehman, who for a time was in this building, I believe, with the Episcopal Diocese. So we're very thankful to each of those folks, and in your handout you have all the other names. I'm not going to read them, but we included both public and private organizations. We worked with the University of Cincinnati. We worked with various qualitative and quantitative researchers. All right. So fast forwarding just a bit, we're going to start on page 6 of your packet. Everybody hopefully has a packet. We're going to go on page 6. So the first thing we did is we sat down in focus groups with dozens of families throughout the county. It was important to us that families come from a diversity of locations. So that includes geography, it includes where they entered the system or perhaps not entered the system. So we met with families in shelter, faith settings, soup kitchens, medical facilities, variety of places. We met with families that were currently experiencing homelessness, as well as families that had never experienced homelessness but were on the edge, and some families that had been through it and now were housed. We met with the whole gamut of experience. And this is what they had to tell us. The researchers facilitating these meetings said that, first of all, their stories were very difficult. They were very hard to explain. At times they had to steel themselves to keep going, lots of crying and pain. They said that finding and obtaining sustainable employment is very difficult. It sometimes seems nigh unto impossible. Especially if you wanted to have health care. If you want benefits, it's almost impossible to get it. Housing and utility costs are major burdens that were listed. And the big message that we heard repeatedly was that there seemed to be no path to prevent or exit homelessness. And what families mean, and at least what we heard them saying, is when they get right to that edge, about to lose my housing for my kids, for my family, and I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I may be from friends. I might hear about some places that helped them in the past, but most of the information is wrong. I have to call a whole bunch of different organizations just to find out they don't exist anymore, or they're not eligible, or they can only help with financial amounts that aren't sustainable. And some of us, if we've interacted or we've been a case manager in the past, you know that a lot of organizations want to be that final $100 payment, right? Or they say, you've got a company with 3 other organizations and then we'll help you. And it's not sustainable. And so families talk about constantly hitting brick walls. And that's after trying. The first thing they told us is that because of this enormous negative stigma around saying, my kids were homeless, or experiencing homelessness, that they're not asked to ask for